It's a runaway train. And one of the things that Inky said on Tahaka, he said everybody need to be putting pressure on Queen Afua too.
And even added a few to my book called The Wounded Womb. Science be damned. Common sense be the goal. But you say, Reverend Valentine, how can we have common sense without scientific analysis of the problem? Easy. Common sense was our ancestors' science. All formulas for the sciences of being and behavior grew from the intuitive pool of common sense. Western medical science and all of the reeking intellectual horseshit you've been mentally digesting as your education was based on an ecclesiastical belief system that teaches you to become a legalized dope pusher. And when I say dope pusher, I mean dope dealer from both perspectives. The kind that you give people by prescription and the kind that you dispense to people as professional advice. The same advice that can't save you as a doctor from contracting the same damn diseases you claim to be healing people of. Now, don't I sound belligerent? I'm not. Because when you see what I'm about to unfold for my sisters, and you see what it is that we have to face as a people, and what it is and how intrinsic and how subtle and how devious the plan was to separate us, the man and the woman, from each other, and how to play the game of power between the two in the home, you'll understand why our sisters are suffering here today. Now, before I go on, at the break, when we do have our break, and brother will tell me when we have our break, I want to let you know that we will have specific pieces of information dealing with solutions. This is an extrapolation from a book that I'm writing called Neogenesis. This is called The Sacred Principles of Health. This was the original name of a book that you might all know called Heal Thyself. Have you heard of it? Yes. Oh, really? Well, this was the original name. And you say, well, I've heard brothers and sisters say, well, you were married to Queen Afua? No, you weren't. Yes, I was. I'll show you a wedding picture. Take a close-up of this. Down here. Are you up on it? That's me, grinning like a Cheshire cat, and that's her looking just as silly. This is a wedding. You know who that is? That was my best man. You know who that is? Imhotep Gary Bird. Can I get a witness? Yeah, I have witnesses. You know who married us? Dr. John Moore, the hobo herbologist. Old John Moore, before he passed or was assassinated. So, when I'm saying what I'm saying it to be real. This whole thing, a lot of brothers and sisters, especially sisters who knew us from way back then, says, it's time that you come out and start saying something about this whole thing. And I say it's not necessary. Yes, it's necessary because sister's about to come out with a book called The Sacred Woman. The Sacred Woman, really? Well, that's a little something that I had something to do with as well. And again, this is no aspersions because I'm clearing the air. Sister put in the book Heal Thyself something called The 12 Principles of the Sacred Woman, which I wrote for her. So if you're reading about how to become the 12 Principles of the Sacred Woman, I wrote it. At one time, we were supposed to put together the Goddess Principle, and this is when we were together. We were very happy, and we said, well, what is it that we could help sisters with so that they could flourish and know how to heal themselves and become women? Well, it was supposed to be the Goddess Principle. Well, Brother Samaj at the time we were talking to him said, well, Goddess is too much Greek. All right, well, let's deal with the sacred woman. I came up, sacred woman, the 12 principles of the sacred woman. And I'm hoping, the reason why I'm saying this now and putting it on the record as of this date is I'm hoping that when the book comes out, she did not put this in again without getting my permission, because she did it the last time. Clearing the air, brothers and sisters. Because a lot of brothers have been sitting in the back. I don't care what it is our personal life is about, that ain't none of your business. But when it comes to dealing with money and business, and she's dealing with money and business, and people are telling me I better deal with money and business, well, it's time for me to start taking a little bit of credit, which is something that I have never been doing.
Bam! Well, all right. Let's get to some more expose. We got to remove these people out the community, men and women. I've been telling folk about what's her name? Let's just go and show her picture. Here's the new covenant. Scammers, habitual liars, and sexual predators. Yep, all three. Polite, the shaman, madman Nityama, and who do we have here? Queen Afua, the matriarch of the cult of the conscious community. Now, you know her husband was Phil Valentine, but I'll go into that in another lecture. All the chakra princesses in the conscious community, the matriarch, here's your matriarch and con woman, charlatan woman, Queen Afua, who you worship, you cult members. Her student is the Erykah Badu. And y'all love Erykah Badu. Crazy, following crazy, blind, leading the blind. Let's go and talk about this. So Polite and his new covenant crime partner, his partner in crime, his co-worker, Queen Afua. Let me say that again. Queen Afua, who I've been telling you about also. Okay, so now, here we go. There he goes, the shaman. Shantam Nityama. He was outed for sex abuse, right? Here's another one of his students, this white boy right here. He was arrested for sexual abuse, but both of them got away with it, I believe, right? Now, both of him and the shaman live in Australia, hiding from United States authority. They say if this shaman, Nityama, the divine madman they call him, if he brings his black ass back to the United States, he more than likely will be arrested, is what I'm hearing. Okay? Here we go with his face covered. This is Nityama's student, who was outed for sex abuse also and released. Australian man behind a 4-day orgasm treatment in Bali is taken in for questioning by Indonesian police. Interesting. Now when you scroll this page, this is not the page, excuse me. But let's just talk. What is Queen Afua doing with sexual abuse? Interesting, Queen Afua. Queen Afua, you got some questions to answer, sister. I'm sorry. You know, I don't mean to bring you into this. Oh wait, I didn't bring you into this. You delved into this your damn self. You know them chakra princesses is not working with a full deck upstairs. You know the elevator don't go to the top you've been using. But I don't want to get to the heart. I'll do the hierarchy of the code on another video. But I just want to let you know, Queen Afua ain't shit. Okay? Kiss my ass. Now, here we go right here. Wait a minute. Let me do this. Hold on. Wait a minute. Damn, I didn't put that paper. But here go him right here. In New Covenant. Huh? What's going on? Look at New Covenant. What Queen of Four? Let me see if I can see Queen of Four up in here scanning.
They don't really make you happy. But I'm telling you, really, all in.
Look at this. Stop! Look what Queen of Four and Polite doing to these black folk mouths. Why Queen of Four lying to black people and deceiving black people and putting and got them in cult? What's wrong with Queen of Four? Somebody needs to talk to Queen of Four. Because Australian man question of bizarre shit. Look, Australian man question of bizarre 4-day orgasm treatment. Professional partner of alleged sex cult leader. See, that's his teacher. Shantam Nitiana. Now, he wasn't arrested or detained and has been returned to the pillar. But there's other things that he wasn't. He's talking about the white man, not Shantam. This white man who, the black Nitiana student, this white guy in Australia, he was arrested. Also, it's believed or said that him, if he comes to the States, he will be arrested. So both of these guys, the teacher and the white boy student, actually, here you go, right here. This is the madman, Tiana, and this is the student. His name is Andrew. I don't think they fuck with each other no more because he got mad at this man for something about eating some fucking perks or some shit at a session. This is all crazy fuck shit. You understand me? Crazy fuck shit that your cult leaders, Queen of Four, Polite, and behind the scenes, the numerologist pulling strings, who we call King Simon. Oh my God. Inky, you was telling the truth about this, boy. You was telling the truth about this. This shit is crazy here. So, Queen of Four, let's hear it, sis. Why are you fucking up the black sisters' minds?
So, I know that I did part one of dealing with the enemies that me and Nipsey have in common and the things that were done to me by elders, females, women in the conscious community that I looked up to and everybody looked up to as role models and healers and teachers, ones with the solutions, but unfortunately I got very fucked over by them. And I've held this for a long time, and I had my stuff stolen from me and people acting like it was theirs. And during the first part, thank you, Myra, talking about my interaction with Queen of Four and these other people that's supposed to be spiritual, and how those circles are very small and they're all connected doing a lot of shady shit and basically fucking over people to make their money and stealing from people. What I'm going to get into is when I met Queen of Four in person, so you all won't think like this was like a fly-by-night thing, like how I met her out somewhere and took a picture. No, it wasn't that way. Like I said, she had started courting me through her son. In 2008, through MySpace and and at People TV, they started contacting me, and I was warned about her from a lady and her daughter that used to go to her school up in New York, and said they, from Brooklyn, and how she would let her two sons, fuck and use different women in her school. And didn't stop it, didn't say anything about it, and used people, and that she would prostitute her son. Whenever it was a woman she saw that was popular, had a large fan base, was creating a lot of attention, and if she couldn't get to them directly to act like she loved them, want to help them and tap into their fan base to make money off of them or collaborate with them like she really cared about them, she would send her son on them to act like he was interested in them, to fuck them and prostitute them as well as do the mesmerism and the tantric sex shit and tantric energy, and then bring them into the mother. By the time they're in love with him, they think it's going to be something. Then the mother can use them and play on them, and they believe in polygamy. So then they, while he's working on that one and the mama's using that one, then they go and get other women because they all believe in polygamy. Her and her husband believe in polygamy. If she's still married, her sons believe in polygamy. They just fuck people. And people were telling me from New York that they knew him and went to high school with him, and he would run with this group of sissies, like punks. Hang with these punks. And I'm like, what? And then he was a bisexual, and then he liked to fuck with punks. That, you know, this was what they were telling me. He was a bisexual. And that she knew, but the public didn't know. But play hard in the public, and there were women really undercover, like punks. So I don't, you know, I'm hearing all of this, so I'm already really skeptical. So, and I'm repeating to him, and I'm asking him about what he said. A lot of stuff he said was true, but he didn't admit that part about the bisexual shit. And people are still saying it. They're still saying that he comes off as a bisexual. So, you know, that was, you know, always, you know, in my mind, and I'm watching this, and I'm already seeing the promiscuous behavior, which he admitted they're into polygamy and just go through women and exploit them, and when they can't exploit them, push them off and move on, or when they finish exploiting them, still push them off and move on. Like they see, he has like a harem in New York and doing these orgies and this group sex. So I'm being told all of this from Brooklyn. They're calling me in Atlanta, they're emailing me in Atlanta, and I'm told not to trust her and to watch out for her. So I'm really cautious. So every time she's asking me what they used to be married. So she's asking me, are you gonna do this book with me? You gonna write that? And I'm like, I don't know. You know, because I'm keep telling him the things I'm hearing, and I asked him about it, and he admitted to a lot of it, just not the gay shit. So when I met Queen Afua in person, I was talking to her son, and they let me know Aisha, the herb lady, was bringing her in to do this health event, and they do it every year. And so they said, well, why don't you be, Queen Afua said she wanted me to be one of her keynote speakers, okay? So I didn't just meet her at random. I was on Queen Afua's show. I was a keynote speaker. In 2009 here in Atlanta, it was a 2-day event. Saturday, Sunday, 2 days. I think they might have hanging out like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. She came to Atlanta. This was all day, late into the evening, Saturday and Sunday. So when people knew that I was going to be on the roster, I didn't know. You know, I didn't think anybody wanted to see me, have any value for me, because people had treated me so disrespectfully down south and wouldn't let me in the churches, wouldn't let me anywhere. I really wasn't getting any play, but I really didn't know that people loved me, like, all around the country. So I said, well, yeah, you know, I'll come. It'll be a good experience. And I was excited, and, you know, I thought me and her son were friends, so I was going to meet him. We were going to hang out. We were going to have fun. And then he couldn't come. So he's like, well, my mom will be there. You get to meet my mom. You know, y'all hang out. And I was, like, really excited. And they told me they had like a lot of speakers. I wasn't the only speaker. It might have been like 10 people into Reiki, herbs, different modalities of healing. So I was just going to be one of the people. I was going to, you know, what I do, spiritual sexuality, vagina power, and healing, and tapping into that power and dealing with the pain and overcoming it, the mother issues, the wounded little girl issues. And but before Queen Afua left, the room I was in, her suitcase, her bags and stuff was there. And she told them that she wanted to meet with me. So, and all these people were excited about us meeting. You know, they thought this was going to be like really wonderful. And they're going to work together in these two powerhouses, you know, younger one meeting the elder, and they're going to like come together. It's going to be a wonderful thing. So, and I was nervous, you know, I was excited, and I wanted to meet her to see could I, you know, get to know this person beyond what I had heard, the fucked up shit I had heard. So we meet in the hall, and people started click, taking pictures. Of course, I don't know what the pictures. They didn't give me the pictures. Probably threw them away. I probably got them on a voodoo altar somewhere. And as we're, I'm standing beside her, she's beside me. I'm talking about we're close. So I'm not. If they say I'm lying, that's why I'm getting more descriptive. She's standing right beside me. We're touching shoulder to shoulder. They're photographing me and her like, wow, look at this. You gotta get y'all together. Oh my God, and I'm feeling the same way. And really excited, get to see her in person and seeing, hope I can get to know this person. And I'm, a little intimidated, I'm nervous. And I felt like this strength. She's a small woman like me. But this strength and this intensity from her. And then after they took the picture, she's like, I want to spend some time with you. So I say, yes, ma'am. And so she's cleared out the room. Everybody get out of the room. It was me and her, and they closed it. We were together, 1-on-1. She said, come here, beloved, come here. And she had her hands on me. We were lined up foot to foot, shoulder to shoulder, hip to hip, face to face, nose to nose, mouth to mouth. So I was so close to this woman that if I had leaned forward, I would have touched her face, her nose. That's how close we were.
Say what?
Say what?
Say what?
Say what?
Say
what?
Say what? Johnny!
Okay. So I'm just trying to tell you, it wasn't a fly-by-night because I was at her event. That's the only way I could be there, is that she okayed everybody to be there. That's how close we were. We were in the room alone. The doors were closed. Everybody was told to get out, and she wanted to talk to me, 1-on-1, holding on to me, telling me how special I was, how talented I was, and how she wanted to work with me. And I'm looking at her, because again, back then they didn't know what I was. And I'm seeing something, but I didn't say anything. Something not right here. I'm telling you, this lady is small in stature, but she has a very big, mannish-like energy. Very aggressive, like a barracuda. Very cunning, very shrewd, very cold, very narcissistic. It's like she's not there. Like when you're around this lady, this energy is intense, but it's not her. It's like something else. A man. A real big, masculine energy. But yet her body's small. She's probably smaller than me. Not as far as tall, but like weight-wise. She's smaller than me. Very petite lady. And I'm feeling this evil shit. And as she's looking at me, I don't feel that she really gives a fuck about me. But I'm not saying anything because, I'm thinking it's me. So whatever she said, I didn't say anything. Yes, ma'am. I, respected my elders, went along with that shit. And I noticed that, okay, then she was getting her stuff to leave. She's like, we're going to talk. We're going to, spend some more time. I'm going to work with you, but I got to go right now. Something came up. I got to go do some work, and I got to go back to Brooklyn. And I was like, okay, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe, I'm wrong about her. So she leaves, and then I think after that, I go speak, and then we speak, and then Aisha is collecting money. She has Queen of Fools book there. She's getting money from everybody. They charge tickets before you get there, and then people are spending money when they get there. And then she tells me, and she tells everybody, you're not getting any money. And I'm like, what? She's like, you're not getting any money. Nobody's getting any money. And everybody agreed to it. She's like, Queen got to have her money. All the money going to Queen. I have to send all this money to New York. So you can get exposure for speaking. You can sell your merchandise, and nobody was really there. So the only merchandise Aisha was focusing on pushing was Queen of Fools, getting them tickets. Admission went to Queen. The books, all them said she was pushing that, because I saw people, she was collecting cash from people. And then she said, this is Queen's money. You don't get no money. And it didn't help my career. I didn't get exposure. I don't think anybody really got a lot of exposure. But however, I found out because I ran into one of the ladies that was there. This is about maybe 5 years ago. And I ran into her and I said, tell me something. And I said, you don't have to say it with your mouth. You can just nod or do a facial expression or something. I said, do y'all still have that event every year with Ashay and Queen of Four? She's like, yeah, we have it at Ashay's house, like on this side of town. And I said, so did everybody get invited back but me? And she pauses and then she goes, yeah. She's like, I went back and everybody gets invited back every year but you. So I said, okay, I'm not gonna, you don't have to worry. I'm not gonna tell, that you said it. I'm not gonna tell who said it. But I said, but I'm really not surprised since I didn't, play the game. And I knew that she knew that some fucked up shit had been said about me. And I knew she was part of the clique, the conscious clique, and they kept her busy. Everybody that was there is busy and working, getting opportunities. And I'm like, well, do y'all still go and you don't get paid? And she was saying, yeah. But they do it because I guess they're part of the clique. A lot of those are Eastern Stars, female Masons. A lot of those have their connections. So I've been blackballed, so I didn't get the connections and get in, and that's fine with me because it's clear they didn't like me. And like I said, Ashay, the herb lady, every chance she got, she liked to put me down. So when I saw that shit and I saw her taking the money and she said, no, this is Queen's money. Y'all not getting everything. I'm finna send this to Queen. I knew then, okay, so it didn't matter that I had a child. It didn't matter that I had bills. It was all about her. And we were supposed to sacrifice ourselves and basically be pimped by her. So I had made up my mind. I'm like, this is my first time and this is my last time. I can't make a living and promote myself if I'm constantly doing shit for free.